If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all, man? Welcome back to the GMS show. I am your host. Yo, how y'all feeling today, man? If you are tuning in, let me know now in the live chat. Tap in. Let me know where you calling or tuning in from, man. Let me know what city you repping, man. GMS fam, go ahead and tap into the live chat. Let me know you are tuning in. We start every show out with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. We have some things to discuss today, and the number one topic to talk about right now is snow bunnies. That's right. Snow bunny hunting has become the new coined phrase that we are hearing nowadays from Mr. Dr. Umar. What's going on, Aries, Baby G, Glittery Bubbles tuning in, Trey 979, Tasha S in the building, tuning in from Chicago. We got Chicago in the building, Vallejo in the building. What up, Jay Gibbs is in the building, tuning in from SoCal. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Now, if you all haven't heard, of course you probably heard by now, but if you haven't, Jonathan Majors was accused of a domestic assault, strangulation, just a violent beating, if you will. He was accused of it by his girlfriend, who may be his ex-girlfriend now. And of course, that news spread like wildfire because allegations move faster than the truth. It doesn't matter. You can be somebody who is exempt of the truth, but the allegations in the cloud that hangs over your head will always remain. And then when you're in this business and depending on where you are, status-wise and career-wise, it could ruin a lot of things for you. Just the allegation off top, it doesn't even have to be true. You know what I'm saying? People can pull your commercials, pull your ads. They'll start dropping you from shit. You'll lose money all off allegations. And one thing I do like, whether you guys agree with it or not, is the fact that we have people that push back on that type of shit. And not even in a way where it's the reverse side of, oh, well, these people automatically believe it and say that he's, guilty of whatever it is he's being accused of. Not that they're the group that's like, oh yeah, well, he's not. It's no, we wait until there is proof, because time and time again, we have been proven wrong as a society, as cancel culture. And I'm not saying we as, you guys participating in it. I'm just saying in general, it has been proven time and time again that there has been countless false accusations against people. So with that, Dr. Umar Johnson, when he found out about the Jonathan Majors situation, he posted this with the header saying, "Snow bunnied?" It said, Creed 3-star actor Jonathan Majors arrested on assault charges in NYC. And Dr. Umar wrote as the caption, "I'm standing with my brother on this unless he is proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt." Excuse me. He's the strongest black alpha male in Hollywood right now. This could just be scheme to feed into the toxic masculinity narrative pushed by the radicals. Or radical feminists and rainbow gangers. Rainbow gangers. Oh wow. I didn't realize that phrase. Rainbow gangers. Now, one thing I do agree with is that first sentence. Standing with your fellow brother until there is actual proof that they are guilty of what they're doing is something that we need to practice as a community. We have allowed cancel culture to move its way in, sit down and have dinner at the table, knowing damn well it is flawed, majorly flawed. And there's people that go out here and take advantage of that because they know how detrimental it is to be somebody on the wrong end of cancel culture. And when you're somebody who is like Jonathan Majors, who has been hot on a run, just going in, just killing it in the industry right now, it to me, and I'm gonna be honest, as sad as it sounds, it was inevitable to me. I was just waiting on it. Like, yeah, something's gonna happen soon. Somebody gonna say he did this, he hit him, or he sexually did this or that. It comes a time when it just happens because there's predators out there. The predators out there aren't just the people out there looking to assault people. It's the ones that's trying to bait motherfuckers into having a charge on them so that they can have some shine or they can get $1 out of some shit. How many people do you think? And this is just me speaking from my opinion. And I'm asking y'all as the chat. How many people do y'all think seen a payout for a sexual assault case, sexual harassment case, whatever it is, domestic, and was like, damn, I can touch that. I can get that. I'm messing with so-and-so, this high profile individual right here. Let me do what I can to bait a fight or to get somebody to, do something to me, or I can straight up hit somebody first and have them hit me, and it don't matter because they're a man that they'll be the one to go to jail first. Because clearly in this situation, you seen what happened. This man was the one that called the police. Jonathan called the police himself. And when they got there, they arrested him. And it was because all she had to do was say her side of the story. First of all, white tears are the most cherished and coddled bodies of water in the United States. It is more pure than a Brita filter. When they see a white woman cry and a white woman say that this happened to her and there's a black man on the other end of it, it's automatic every single time. It's like clockwork. Now, with this came some audio. All right. Now, I want to play y'all the audio. And I want y'all to hear what Dr. Umar had to say. All right. Because he didn't just take to his Twitter page. He took to his YouTube as well. Fair use. Fair use. Don't get at me. Fair use. I'm only talking about this instance. Now, before I play this video, let me read some of y'all comments. Glittery said they do background checks on bullshit 9-to-5 jobs. You ain't even got to be a celebrity. Facts. Jan Wynn said, yep, had a white supremacist male bait me into a scrap because he knew he had a strap on him. See, that's some more fuck shit. Matter of fact, real quick, before I play this video, that reminds me of something that happened to me. It was a white kid who I went to school with, who in the heat in 2020, when all the shit was going down, man, and Trump was at the height of his race baiting and all that bullshit that was going on with the right and the left, all this shit. You know, he was clearly a person on the right, a Trump supporter, somebody who is an antagonizer. You know, the typical cowardly white boy who will say some weird shit just to try to get a rise out of black people. But I knew the kid. So I posted something, he posted under my shit, and we just went back and forth. And at that back and forth, I said, hey, we can have this conversation. I know you realize I know you, right? Cause he was getting a little chippy. He was getting a little disrespectful. So I'm like, we can have this conversation in person. It's not like you live way across the country. I know you. To which he entered my inbox, pause, and was talking more greasy, blah, 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 all this shit. You ain't gonna blah, 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 all this. Okay, cool. Well, where are you at? Yeah, pull up to my house. Little white boy talking greasy. And as soon as I said send the address, he sent the address, right? I said on my way, which I quite literally was on my way. He was right downtown. He sent another message saying, yeah, and the police will be waiting for you when you get here. Talked all this shit, was trying to be all extra. And as soon as I said I'm on my way, yeah, and the cops will be waiting for you at my door when you get here. Shut your scary mayonnaise ass having ass up, man. I can't stand them motherfuckers. Just scary. Just bitch made. And for that, I had to play the game with him. I had to play, and this is why I encourage people to do this, man, because I'm tired of us being put in positions to have us fail off of a temporary high. Because it's a temporary high to beat the fuck out of somebody racist, but at the end of the day, they ain't gonna put you behind bars for that shit. If I would have pulled up to this nigga's house, beat his ass, I would have went to jail. Even if I pulled up to his house and the cops was waiting on me, the fact that I pulled up to his house to try to fight him, to assault him, I would have went to jail because I showed up at his house to try to fight him. So I said, you want to play the game? I'll play the game with you. But that's another story for another day. Just know that he ended up on the wrong side of that history after what I did. Now, listen to what Dr. Umar had to say about this Jonathan Majors situation.
They snow bunnied our brother Jonathan Majors. They snow bunnied our brother Jonathan Majors. They snow bunnied our brother Jonathan Majors.
Mr. Three Times.
I just heard that the U.S. military.
That's Dr. Umar's new name, Mr. Three Times. He say everything in threes.
Series of ads that Jonathan Majors were
fair use
recruiting campaign. So the military dropped his ads. I think they're going to try to destroy the brother. Now, I don't condone bunny hopping. Those of you who know me know I absolutely do not condone bunny hopping. Black men.
That's not what you said when you was at the mall, Dr. Umar.
Have no business.
Dr. Umar, you was at the mall with the snow bunny.
No business with snow bunnies. Absolutely no business dating outside the race. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But be that as it may, an attack on one black man is an attack on all black men. An attack on one black man is an attack on all black men. An attack on one black man is an attack on all black men. My brothers, we can't make it this easy. I'm not saying black women are not guilty of the same behavior. I'm not saying that.
Interesting.
But what I do know
is
black women are least likely to want to see a black man destroyed the way in which these snow bunnies have been destroying successful black men.
Now, seeing as I have to stop it a few times just for the fair use sake, let me just respond to that. Because I'm glad he said he's not, that he's not saying that black women can't do the same to men, but he's saying they're least likely. My thing is, nowadays, I don't know if that's very true. Because it seems like there's been a war between black women and black men, for the past couple years. And we've seen the emergence of different social media personalities, the Tasha K's or the Cynthia G's, or, different black women who try to coerce and groom other impressionable black women into believing that black men ain't shit and that we're expendable or that we're people that just need to be disregarded in our race and in our community. With people like that around, people like that having an incredible following, it's hard for me to believe that there isn't a large demographic of black women out there that wouldn't mind seeing black men fail. But that's just me personally. Let's continue.
Yes, there's black women capable of the same behavior, but on average, in general, black women, most decent black women, don't want to see black men humbled this way. Now, they say that the snow bunny went to the hospital for some minor scars or blemishes. Now, Jonathan Majors is a pretty athletic brother, works out, very strong. If he choked out a snow bunny, I'm pretty sure the evidence would be obvious. Pale people bruise easily. Pale people bruise easily.
Say it one more time.
Pale people bruise easily.
Pale people bruise easily. I mean, that's quite true. That is quite true. You know what I'm saying? She could have bumped up against the doorknob and all of a sudden got a bruise on her arm or some shit. Who knows? Nas Prima Donna says, I disagree. We dislike y'all, but it's a different kind of dislike. Well, explain. I would like to know what that different kind of dislike is, because you notice how I'm being specific. I say a certain demographic of black women. I didn't say all black women. But then when, like I said, which kind of proves my point, I'm assuming you are a black woman. You saying that we dislike y'all and not explaining that, it's a certain demographic of y'all lets me know that you generalize black men. But if you don't, I would like to hear the explanation of what you mean. Glittery says, we may give black men a hard time, but we are least likely to call the cops on our business because we can meet the same fate as the black man we're with. We're more likely to hit a dude for cheating. That is a fact. And we're going to get to that later, because this all plays a part in what I'm going to be talking about as far as how black women handle certain things differently. And it's no laughing matter, but it's like, damn, it's a drastic difference. We're going to get to that later. And I think some of y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a young black woman by the name of Khadijah Brown who just murdered her husband in front of her 4 kids because he was trying to leave. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. It's going to play a little bit of part in this, but let me finish playing this video. Hold on one second. Glittery says, we may hit a dude, tear up his stuff, even beat up the side chick, but we're not calling the cops. I agree. Nas Prima Donna says, we love y'all, but we don't like y'all ways. We don't try to paint y'all as violent, and it's not racial. I'm black, and my statement also generalized black women too. okay, well, you know, I can value your opinion on that. It's from your perspective, so you're not wrong. That's the one thing. You're not wrong. I think when we talk about these things, it's more personal because it's from our own perspective. So it's not that you're wrong. You know, we can agree to disagree, but at the same time, I do value your opinion on this matter because you've had to deal with it as well, especially dealing with black men. I would assume so. You know what I'm saying? I think that there needs to be a bridge built back because the bridge is already broken between, you know, black men and black women. I think. Not that, you know, there's not black men seeking black women and there's not black women seeking black men. I just think it becomes less and less as time goes on when we have certain entities fighting against each other when we should be trying to rebuild with each other, relearn each other, have more communication with each other, and try to rebuild that bridge with each other so that we can become stronger together because we are fighting outside entities. We have more important problems that we need to deal with, but we're always fighting internally, and that's the one thing I don't like.
So if Jonathan Major smacked this woman up, gripped her up, choked her up, as alleged, she should have purple bruises, red bruises, hand marks, finger marks. Pale people bruise easily. So if they're saying that there's hardly any bruises, then no way in hell am I inclined to believe that this brother is guilty of these allegations. But in the Me Too era, in the Me Too era where white supremacy wears one of its favorite disguises, which is feminism, in the Me Too era where white supremacy wears one of its favorite disguises, which is feminism, they now try, convict, and sentence black men in the court of public opinion. Jonathan Majors has already been lynched in the court of public opinion. Why did the military cancel his ad campaign? Same thing happened with Michael Irvin. Now, Michael Irvin, yes, he's a white man's black man, obviously. Not an example of what we want to see our men be like in our community, the way in which he jumped up for Jerry Jones and Jerry Jones didn't jump up for him. But for Michael Irvin to be removed from Super Bowl coverage.
Hey, that's the funny part, though. That's the funny part. Now, whether you agree with his statement on Michael Irvin or not, we do know black men who will jump to the defense of white men all the time because they want to save face and they want to save their job. They want to, you know, be the old massa, please keep me on your good list type niggas. And at the end of the day, you are still a nigga in their eyes. They will not reciprocate the same type of love and loyalty and respect that you have for them. And that's just facts. We did not see Jerry Jones. We did not see Roger Goodell, any of them niggas try to come to Michael Irvin's aid, even after they proved on video that he didn't do what he was being accused of. I'm just saying.
For Michael Irvin to be removed from Super Bowl coverage. For Michael Irvin to be removed from Super Bowl coverage without any strong evidence to prove the allegations was absolutely insane.
Here we go.
Absolutely insane.
Here's the phrase. You ready?
Black men are guilty until proven innocent. And see what's bothering me, my brothers.
Let's go.
What's bothering me, my brothers. This is King Kong Consciousness live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What bothers me the most about the Michael Irvin situation, what bothers me the most about the Jonathan Major situation, totally preventable.
What?
Totally preventable.
Wait, one more time?
Totally preventable. Snow bunny hunting is the most dangerous form of hunting you can do in the United States of America.
Say it again.
As a black man.
Say it again.
It is more dangerous to hunt for a snow bunny than it is to hunt for a lion, a tiger, a bear.
Nigga, what?
The most dangerous form of hunting for the black men in America is snow bunny hunting. Michael Irvin didn't do nothing but have a conversation. But why did you need a conversation with the bunny?
Snow bunny.
Jonathan Majors, from what I understand, allegedly he was driving in a cab. But why were you with the snow bunny in the first place? Y'all know these white women are only considering you because you have something to offer them. That is it. You are a fetish at best
Snow Bunny.
for the Caucasian female.
Snow
You
Bunny.
are a fetish at best for the Caucasian female. You are a fetish at best for the Caucasian female. See, the white woman who dates the black man is like the white teenager who listens to gangster rap and wears his pants sagging. It's just a stage in their development.
Now, I gotta know what y'all think, man. If you're listening to this right now, if you hear my voice and you're able to participate in this live chat, let me know how you feel about what Dr. Umar just had to say right there. Do y'all really believe that the most dangerous thing for a black man to do is snow bunny hunting? Do you think in this generation, I'm not talking like it almost seems like we think that this is the 60s or the 50s or the 70s, you know what I'm saying? Or even the 80s, you know, maybe even the early 90s, but snow bunny hunting being the most dangerous? I think personally, the most dangerous thing for a black man to do in this country is to try to gain power. That is the most dangerous thing for a black man to do in this country. And what I mean by that is trying to obtain power without having to bow down or having to do anything strange or highly weird to get it. Now, I'm not saying he's wrong about it being dangerous, but it's not the most dangerous, because we've seen what they do to our powerful black men out here. And it's a plethora of things, whether they try to get him out the paint for sexual stuff, for abuse, for taxes, even killing them, putting shit on their names, allegations, all types of shit. A black man trying to obtain power in America is the most dangerous thing that they can try to do. What's that saying that they had in state property? Get down or lay down. That is the mentality of this country when it comes to the people that is at the top. Do y'all think anybody, and I don't know this personally, I'm just guessing, but I'm asking y'all, do y'all think that there is any black person, anybody black, in a high seat of power? I'm talking about out of the very few individuals who run America, because it's not the president, it's not anybody in office, no politicians. I don't know if y'all knew that. But out of the few people that run this country, do you think any of them are black? I honestly don't think so. So I just want to say with this, I hope that y'all stay vigilant. I hope y'all stay on y'all shit. Hope y'all continue to try to prosper, continue to try to do what you can. You know what I mean? I really hope that Jonathan Majors comes out of this on the right side. We still waiting for the video footage. We still waiting on the video footage. So once that comes out, you know, I'll be here to talk to y'all about that. So, but anyway, we have to keep pushing forward. I got some other things I want to touch over because today's not going to be a very long show, but I want to know, because we're on the topic of this, do you think that people have the ability to change? Do you think that people have the ability to change? I feel like, and it goes for certain individuals, like people who may be a horrible individual or may have done horrible things in their life. Do you think that they have the ability to just change and become a better person and leave everything that they did horrible behind? If you believe that, then I think that you can believe that Blac Chyna is going to make a real change in her life. I'm not trying to make this a joke thing, because I'm gonna be honest. I think that it's great that people want to change and people want to do better in their life, especially when they have children. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, regardless of who you are as a person, that has to be who you were when you have children. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, or depending on who you were. And I think that she has the obligation to set an example for her children as they grow older. And I don't think what she was into or what she was doing was the best example. I think what she's had to grow up to deal with was toxicity. And now at the age that she's at, I think she's trying to unlearn that. And I think she's trying to pull that forward. That doesn't exempt her from the horrible shit that she did, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has definitely brought a lot of toxicity into this culture and into this world. And I think that it's important for people to want to do better in their life. So with her, she said, you know, she deleted her OnlyFans, which was bringing in millions a month. She got baptized. She changed her name and removed her implants and fillers, so she doesn't look too crazy anymore. And one of the things that she really did do recently was remove this tattoo of Baphomet, because for some reason there is a obsession with devilish shit in the industry. And a lot of these people do it without even knowing what it is. They just doing it because they think they being edgy. They think they doing it because they just, oh man, I want to go against the grain. I'm whatever mentality. I wouldn't know what type of mentality that is because I don't live in a dark place. But she ended up getting this tattoo removed recently, and people have been talking about it. And this is another reason why I wanted to bring it up, because like I said, people like this, see, like when you have a mom like Tokyo Tony, you don't need enemies. Let me say that again. Let me be on my Dr. Umar shit. When you have a mother like Tokyo Tony, you don't need not one enemy. This is her mom's response to her daughter trying to improve and better her life and become a better person.
Blac Chyna, this is so sweet. You're taking your butt shots out your face. Bitch. What? Who you? Really? Oh, we so proud of her to do that. Y'all some clowns.
Y'all some clowns. You wanna know something funny? I could have sworn a couple weeks ago, maybe a little longer than that, maybe, I don't know. I showed a video on here of Tokyo Tony, because she went viral talking about, oh, the Illuminati's got my baby. Oh, y'all gonna see it. If she don't, they gonna take her, they gonna kill her. And I'm scared for my baby. I'm frightened for her. I don't know what's happening. They got my baby. The Illuminati's got my baby. Fast forward, Blac Chyna getting baptized, taking devilish tattoos off herself, ended her OnlyFans and trying to become a better person. I'm wondering, and I said it, bro. I'm telling you, something. It's something about this brain, man. It's something about my thoughts. It's something about this power that I have of just knowing shit before it happens. It's crazy. It's another reason why I started doing this show, because I'm really good at calling shit out. And when that happened, I said, there has to be something going on where her mother is panicking. Her mother's like, oh, she probably reached out to Chyna one day and was trying to get some money, trying to get something. And Chyna said, no, I'm done doing this shit. I'm not giving you shit. I'm not trying to be this. I'm not trying to be that. I'm trying to change my shit around. And her mom got mad and got angry and went to the internet and was like, oh, the Illuminati got my baby and blah, 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 blah. Toxic, weird, angry bitch. And lo and behold, look where we at. Where'd all that Illuminati talk go? Now you mad at people for showing her love because she wants to change her life around. That's an evil bitch right there. I'm sorry, but that is a evil bitch. I almost feel bad for Blac Chyna for having to deal with that as a mother for her whole life. Crazy. Now, while we on the topic of people being able to change their lives, Van Lathan was a guest on Academics podcast, or his stream actually, if you will, on Twitch, where they talked about Richard Spencer. See, No Jumper decided they wanted to interview Richard Spencer. If you don't know who Richard Spencer is, he is a former alt-right, neo-Nazi, racist, Proud Boy, Klansman type individual who had a run on the internet spewing racist bullshit. Basically was the person that hyped up all racist people to start coalitions, more coalitions in the United States of America to hate black people and other people of different races, and then decided he wanted to change his life around and be like, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm sorry, I was dumb then, I was blind then. You know, basically the type of shit that white men get to do in this country. They can be heinous, they can be disgusting, they can be outright deranged, and then have the ability to come back to rebrand themselves, replatform themselves, and be looked at in a different light by society, all because they are white men. That's a fact. You don't see that happening with black men in this country. Motherfuckers still can't let Mike Vick forget about them dogs. Fuck them dogs. I'm sorry, bro, but like, you talk about somebody that really has done the rehabilitation work and has been a better person since, who will never have that cloud lifted from over his head. There's countless amount of black people I can mention, but regardless, Van Lathan was he got reached out to by Adam 22 to try to help with the interview, and Van Lathan he declined, because it's like, for one, why are you asking me to come interview some alt-right or apparently reformed alt-right weirdo? Like, you just want to create some type of content. And then Adam tried to offer him money, which is also another crazy thing to think about, that he didn't offer Van money off top. He expected Van to come do that shit for free. And when Van denied it, then he wanted to offer him money, and Van was like, no, I don't need the money. But I want y'all to hear Van's explanation of this Richard Spencer guy and why it was the wrong thing for him to do. And this is on the topic of, can people change, and can we allow them to change?
So, Van, I know I've spoken to you about this privately, because you definitely had an opinion about it. I got Flacco in my chat, and he's talking about the Richard Spencer thing on No Jumper. Apparently, you were invited to be in the conversation. Is that true?
Yes.
You were invited to be in the conversation with Richard Spencer. Why did you turn it down?
Because Richard Spencer is different than somebody who you just have a conversation with.
Okay. So we have Flacco here who said Richard Spencer I haven't seen the full thing. I'm gonna be honest. One of my chat niggas said they did, but I know you're really intent on all these things. Apparently, he apologized for his disrespect for the black community, and he displayed it through the interview. But he was here to discuss. He was at the interview to discuss specific things.
You know what's crazy? I'm sorry. You know what's crazy about people like Richard Spencer saying that he apologized for the things he said about the black community? Nobody in the black community heard about it. Not one black person heard an apology. There was no sit down with black groups. There was no threatening to take money away. There was no donating to any black organizations. It was this nigga sitting at the edge of his bed after making a whole bunch of money off of being an alt-right racist neo-Nazi and said to himself, you know what? I'm sorry for the things I said about those Negroes. We didn't hear shit.
What was your thoughts about the whole thing? And by the way, Flacco can hear you if you don't know.
All right, what up, Flacco? So this was my thoughts on the whole thing. So
Stupid.
number
What up,
one, it takes
Sheriff?
an interrogation on who Richard Spencer is and who Richard Spencer was. So Richard Spencer, he talked about during his interview that
Let me know.
he was younger or whatever. He was 39 years old when all of this stuff was happening. All right, that's one. So he started with this like 2007. He invented the term alt-right. He was the face of new racism in America. All right, so that's number one. Number two, there was a cost. So this wasn't just something to where he was somebody that showed up on a lot of interviews and had these views. Richard Spencer organized the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, where they went out there and people got killed. Okay, so
Really?
that's number one. Yeah, he was one of the organizers of the Charlottesville rally. He was one of the guys out there with the tiki torches that led to actual violence, right? Actual violence. Heather Heyer was killed in that rally, right? So it wasn't just Richard Spencer being on different platforms. He was the leader of the NPI, which was a think tank in Washington devoted to white nationalist thought. He wasn't just a guy with opinions that would show up on shows. He was a white racist activist and the leader of a new school of alt-right demonstration. That's way different than just even being a Nick Fuentes, who is just some young kid spewing a bunch of bullshit on the internet. So I'm not saying that people are irredeemable, because it's not me to be the moral arbiter of who gets to come back and who doesn't. But what I'm saying is, before I would sit down and have a conversation with Richard Spencer or anyone like Richard Spencer, there'd have to be significant atonement. There are people that have been skinheads, that have been in skinhead organizations, and they spend their whole lives going around to different places trying to atone and make up for what it was that they were involved in. You can't just say, after everything that he's done, bro, under Trump, hate crimes went up. When I say under Trump, you can say that it was Trump, or you can say that it was the rise of the alt-right. The rise of the alt-right, which Richard Spencer was the face of. Hate crimes in America went up 20%. This is verifiable stats. This person is responsible, or partly responsible, for direct animus in society dysfunction.
See, what's fucked up about that too, I spoke on this as well, because I don't know if y'all noticed, but in this year, in this current year, after Elon Musk took over Twitter, for some reason there has been a surge in white people seeing videos of black people assaulting white people, and it made them believe that now there's just black people going around assaulting white people for no reason, trying to make it like the Stop Asian Hate shit. And it's crazy how those same people will be like, oh, you don't see any type of thing like this on the internet of white people doing this to black people, and black people are now becoming the most racist, blah, blah, blah. Nah, man. Not one of those motherfuckers sat back to talk about the rise in hate crime when their favorite president was in office. The rise of racist, alt-right, neo-Nazi groups that still exist to this day. They don't talk about that.
And my thing is, hold on, I'll say this and then I'll turn it over to y'all. This is the last thing I'll say, because there's really nothing else to say, to be honest. So I don't want to be a part of that. And number one, all respect to Adam and No Jumper for what they've built, but they're not smart enough to have that conversation with him.
Facts.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
Stupid, goofy ass Adam
it's the point
22.
to me when the whole fucking thing jumped the shark, because you're sitting down there talking, you can't get through that in even an hour of an interview. Richard Spencer's got a lot of fucking work to do before somebody like him would be replatformed, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion.
Okay, so I'm only echoing, and I'll unmute Actually, I think he could probably talk. Flacco in a second. Apparently, black leaders were invited. Y'all basically said no. He apologized and he did his thing. And Flacco seemingly saying, all things considered, it's probably I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he's saying Adam did everything possible to try to mediate or whatever, but the decision of keeping this guy on the platform and giving him a platform to do whatever wasn't a slight at black people, basically.
Okay, so can I say one more thing, and then that's fine? And then Flacco's entitled to his opinion. All right? Like, I don't have any beef with him feeling that way. A lot of people feel like I wasn't about to be. Adam asked me to do it. I said no. And then Adam said that he would pay me to do it.
Really?
Yeah. And then I said no. First of all, Adam can't pay me to do anything. I don't need to make a cent from No Jumper. If I come on No Jumper, it's because I want to come on No Jumper. like I'm making a lot of money. So that even the fact that I'll pay you to do it, like money's going to make me do it, was in a way more insulting than even the idea. But you know, it's white, so it's like it's whatever. It's Adam. It's fine. It's cool. It's not a big deal. But this is what I would say. At the end of the day, I didn't have a problem necessarily with them platforming him. I'm not going to do it. If they want to platform him, that's fine. But to have him on there and then to gloss over his past, to gloss over the things that he has done, and even like do it in a 20-minute. I thought that the interview was going to be about Richard Spencer. But when he had Richard Spencer and Destiny up there, bro, they got to talking about Nirvana. And I don't care what Flacco or anybody else says. Flacco's my man. But they only do that to white people. They only let you, like, there's no fucking way that you're going to get on there after a certain time, having done all of these vile things, and they're not going to make you drag your entire fucking shit through the mud and get it out. If you're black in America, you just can't say, hey, my bad, I've changed. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Cool, moving on to the next thing. You can't do that. But Richard Spencer decides he wants to come back after all of the carnage that he inflicted, after all of the stuff that he was responsible for directly and indirectly. There's always some white guy right there to be like, okay, cool. And that's fine. Flacco, me and Flacco are at different points in our life. I have no problem with Flacco. Flacco is he's a young man in his mid-20s. I'm 42 years old. There's a different cost and a different stake, different stakes and a different way that I want to see the world. So I'm not going for it. I did my time like at the white organization with all the bullshit. I was there 9 years. I'm over that. Like Flacco is in his old Van Lathan phase, and that's fine. But you know, it's no beef. It's whatever. It's something I have to talk about, and now it's over.
Now, let me touch on the point that he made, because he made a solid point that I think people need to understand when it comes to these white platforms. Like when it comes to a No Jumper, a Vlad TV, anybody that is inside the culture interviewing people of the culture, whether it be rappers, entertainers, actors, whatever. When you ask people certain questions, or when you have certain people and you know their past, excuse me, you know their history, a lot of these guys do not gloss over or pass over hard questions or difficult questions or even questions that could incriminate them. When you get when these guys have rappers on their platforms, they can't wait to ask them about some beef shit or try to get them to say some shit that'll go viral to inevitably get them into some other shit with another rapper or another entity and have them hurt, killed, or be the one killing. But when Richard Spencer hops on a No Jumper platform, you want to talk about his interest in life now. You want to talk about everything else but the heinous shit that he did. Because it's something about saving face for a Caucasian male in this country. And that's why people get mad at people like No Jumper or a Vlad TV, even when they try to come up with excuses why they do what they do. Oh, well, I mean, everybody knows about it. They have the choice to answer these questions, and why would I not ask them a question about something that's gone viral or something that happened to them that was really big? That's something Adam said. When he was on, matter of fact, it makes that interaction between him and Joe Budden even more crazy to think about, because everybody pretty much was on Adam's side. They didn't see what Joe was talking about. They didn't see what Ice and Ish was talking about. Even me, personally, I was like, man, why they going at this nigga so hard? And then silly me not seeing it for what it was right away and having to see everything unfold for me to understand, damn, this dude is ridiculous. He said during their interview, his explanation was, if something happened and it was viral, something big happened, why wouldn't I ask about it? But did you do that with Richard Spencer? How did you allow a former alt-right neo-Nazi racist dickhead sit in front of you and not and escape from scrutiny? Anything that man has did, he deserves everything coming towards him because of it. Even when it comes down to the interviews or the platforms he chooses to sit down at, there has to be some pushback to that. But you're not going to expect other white people to do these things, which is why I'm glad that those certain individuals left that company. You know what I'm saying? There's still dudes there who got enough money for them to still protect and respect and be loyal to Massa. But money's not even an excuse to stay. Somebody giving you an opportunity out there is not an excuse to stay when they don't value you as a human being. There's been plenty of times Adam has put Flacco out there to be scrutinized and be bullied and to be talked about on that platform. He wasn't trying to protect you. You were content for him. So Flacco's excuse for, oh, if I would have left, I would have felt like a piece of shit. Yeah, you're the only person that would have felt that way. Adam didn't feel that way when he was putting you out there. It's that weird ass house nigga mentality. Real talk. But that's my explanation on that right there. We gotta talk about this shit. Nashville, a Nashville Christian school was targeted yesterday. It was a female shooter who was trans and had an assault rifle and walked into a Christian school and killed, I believe, 7 people. I believe 7 people. And once again, we're having the conversation about gun reform and different things that's going on. One thing that they did catch, though, during a news conference was a young lady who pulled up in front of the cameras to have something to say. And this was a video that started going viral after it happened. Watch this.
Aren't you guys tired of covering this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings? I'm from Highland Park. Family vacation with my son, visiting my sister-in-law. I have been lobbying in D.C.
They tried to cut her off, too.
We survived a mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we failing them? Gun violence is the #1 killer of children and teens. It has overtaken cars. Assault weapons are contributing to the border crisis and fentanyl. We are arming cartels with our guns and our loose gun laws, and these shootings and these mass shootings will continue to happen until our lawmakers step up and pass gun safety legislation. I'm pretty sure this was an unsecured weapon that this teenager got a hold of. We can't even pass gun safety, like safe storage laws in this country to protect kids from getting a hold of weapons that
They was like they had to cut her off. They had to cut her off at some point. And I get it too. I see what you're saying. A lot of people talking about crisis actors and shit like that. Look, man, this shit be weird to me. See, I wasn't gonna say it. I'm glad you said it, KP. I'm glad you said it. I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. But something about these shits be seeming so weird to me, man. Like, first and foremost, what is going into people's minds when they think about, oh, I need to go to a school and shoot it up? What was in, like it never will end well. What would be the point? And just like clockwork, see this, see now you brought it up. I gotta say it. Just like clockwork, here are the pictures that go up. The conversations always go back to the NRA, goes back to people who support gun laws. The crazy thing though is they'll always find these pictures of white families, all of them holding guns and all being assault rifles, and everybody's like, look at this. These are the people that support gun laws, and here are the people that live in the same towns as the mass shootings that happen, and they try to get on these people's asses. The craziest thing about this picture to me, though, is a black family could never post this type of picture and post it on the internet and have it be, oh, this is cute, this is jolly, this is what family's supposed to do. Never in life could they do that. Even if they try. The narrative behind it will be sickening. And this isn't just a random family either. This guy right here, this is a congressman. As a matter of fact, his name is Andy Ogles. Oh my God, what a Wonder Bread ass name. Andy Ogles. While America is calling for gun reform now, Andy is the U.S. Congressman for Tennessee's 5th District, which makes up part of Nashville, where a shooter just took the lives of 7 Americans, including 3 children. Andy thinks that taking Christmas photos with his children holding large guns makes him tough and electable. He's a congressman. I guarantee you, this same guy, if he saw this picture of a black congressman in their family, he would raise hell about it. What type of example is he trying to set? Is he trying to increase gun violence with those thugs and those poverty-stricken cities? He just looks like the type, man. Andy fucking Ogles, man. Get this motherfucker off my screen. But yeah, you know, the narrative has went out there. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to gloss over the fact that the shooter was a possible trans individual. My thing is, regardless if the person was trans or not, the one thing that this person did have in common with other mass shooters, you can guess that yourself. It's like they could come up with every other narrative besides the one that actually matters. And I just spoke about earlier about the narrative going around right now in this day and age, in this year 2023, the age of Elon Musk's Twitter. The narrative is that black people are being overly violent towards white people in this country, and there's countless amounts of videos showing it. Then you have another psychotic white individual who runs into school and decides to kill children and other individuals. This is like, bro, are you exempting them from being terrorists or being horrible people because they are singularly killing a bunch of people? And it's not a bunch of people going off and doing their own thing, killing people. Like, I don't see how you can measure how bad each one of them is. No sin is worse than the other. And a lot of the same people that talk about this shit are Christians. Let's see what the Christian alt-right motherfuckers have to say about this. Let's see what those Christian Republicans have to say about this mass shooting. It'll be very interesting. Now, speaking of a shooting, we have a Miss Khadijah Brown. Khadijah Brown is a woman who decided that she was going to go live on Facebook during an argument with her husband, who was trying to leave the house. And when I tell you, And when we go back, we gonna run that back to the comment from earlier about how women do certain things and how they react to certain things when there's turmoil in a relationship. How women can easily get violent. And it's crazy how the face of domestic violence is normally men, but I can't tell you how many times women have gotten away with so many things. And just for the record, women, if a nigga you been with is trying to leave, I don't care if y'all been together for a week or for a year, let the nigga leave. Oh, I done spent so much time. I done invested so much energy. I done put all my love and all my care, all my time. Welcome to fucking life. Welcome to life. Welcome to the real fucking world. Now, I'm not going to play the shooting, but I'm going to play what led up to this. Listen to this.
No, you ain't trying to get ready for work. Look at him. This is a sad case, y'all. He getting his stuff. Look at that. Sad case. As a father.
Okay, Jeremy, what is the conversation you want to have?
We good.
Yeah. And your
Mind
baby in the
you,
room.
his four kids are currently in the room.
Want to have?
We good. Give me my phone, bro. Don't shut
What is the conversation you want to have?
What the conversation?
Get out my
He
phone.
said, what's the
Don't touch me.
conversation?
Don't touch me. I'll call the police over here. Do not touch me.
He said, what's the conversation y'all want to have?
And notice that you got to threaten to call the police because you can't threaten to knock her ass out, because if you did that, then you going to jail. You got to call the police.
Get on me.
What's the conversation you want to have?
I'm finna send that. Don't get you touch me, please. Get on
Ain't
me.
nobody touching.
I'm gonna send my cousin over here. Do not touch me,
Don't
bro.
have nobody over here.
Oh,
What is
baby,
the
she
conversation?
tell your daughter to keep her hands on
What
me.
is the
Tell your
conversation?
daughter to keep her hands on me.
You the one slap me. You the one slap me. Hit me now. Hit me now.
Keep your hands on me.
Uh-huh.
What's on me?
I'm still asking what is the conversation.
Oh man, that's what I'm finna do. I'm finna get out. I ain't really trying to argue at all. I'm just trying to get my
No, you want to go tell your family about this and about that. You want to do this.
I'm trying to leave from over here in P, man. I ain't
And that's one thing I hate about weird ass individuals like this. See, that's how you know they horrible individuals. They care more about what people think about them than the actual reality of the situation. She talking about, oh, you want to go tell your family this and that. Why you worried about what he going to tell his family? Because you don't want them to know you a psychotic, weird ass, fucking violent bitch.
trying to argue at all.
Ain't nobody
I'm going to take my car key off.
Them my keys.
Stop. What is the conversation?
No, what's the conversation?
Got my phone, bro.
What's the conversation?
Keep your hands on me.
What's the conversation?
Keep your hands on me. Don't
Look at
touch
that.
me, bro.
What's the conversation?
Move, bro. I'm trying to get ready for work, man. Go
How you
on.
getting ready for work?
What is going on? That's all
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm over here doing. Talking about I don't do nothing for the kids. I don't do nothing. I do what I can when I can.
understand.
But like I said, don't keep putting me in situations that's not my problem. And then, like I said, this is your family. You supposed to be here helping take
No,
care of
he
these
ain't straight.
kids.
He want to
No, you're not good because you're not here taking care of these kids.
He wanna go cop everybody.
Keep your hands on me.
Stop
Bro.
this.
You hear that
Touch me
shit?
again.
Touch you.
Jason, send that over here. We'll make it easy. Send that over here. I'm gonna do it just like that. Send that over here.
Ain't nobody finna come over here and do
Send that over here.
nothing.
Get your hands on me, bro. Stop touching me.
You need to
Move.
stop.
Send that over here, Jason.
Now, I'm like I said, I'm not gonna play the rest of the video what took place, because what happened next was she ended up pulling out a gun and shooting him once, and I'm pretty sure she shot him in a special place because he immediately went down, and there was immediate screaming. I mean, bloody murder screaming. First from the mom and the wife, and then you hear the kids screaming, which just was, I mean, I can only imagine what they was looking at and what they saw, what type of traumatic shit that they gonna have to deal with for the rest of these kids are scarred for life. And they mama did it to him. The one that's supposed to protect him, the one that's supposed to look out for him, the one that's supposed to care for him. See, this is the fucked up part about a lot of people in this situation who will sit there and demonize the man in the situation. Oh, look at this man right here with his kids here. He trying to leave. You shot the man in front of the kids. What the fuck does that make you? You so worried about the kids, apparently, but you shot their dad in front of them, killed him. That's a person that don't give a fuck about the kids. Who, matter of fact, she was more scared of him leaving because she didn't want to be left alone with her kids that she decided to shoot this motherfucker. That's not love. That's not you being heartbroken. You just a psychotic ass bitch. And the mom, never have the parents involved in your personal, especially when y'all married. You married? What the fuck is your mom even talking about? She shouldn't even be talking right now. She shouldn't even be involved in this, other than de-escalating the situation. And you know what's crazy too? This how dumb that woman is. As soon as she shot that man and got to screaming, one of the first things she said was, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail, bitch. You just killed your husband. And you talking about, I don't want to go to jail. Too late. They done locked your goofy ass up. You're going to be there for the rest of your motherfucking life. Learn from these type of situations, man. Like I said, it don't matter, man. You can be with somebody for a week or a year, 10, 20. I don't care how much time you invested. Think about how dumb you gonna fucking look. Think about how crazy you gonna look sitting in a fucking cell because you wanted to kill a nigga for leaving you. Weird ass activity. Psychotic. You don't deserve kids. I hope her kids disown her for the rest of her life. I hope they never come and visit you. I hope when they get older, they never put money on your books. I hope they pretend like you did. I hope on your birthday they go and visit their daddy grave. Golly. Now, I didn't want to end it on a somber note, but I will say this. GMS fam, the green room. We got some special things coming up very soon. I'm going to be announcing them very soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Stay on the lookout for it. Oh, man, we got a lot of shit coming, man. A lot of shit. It's been a very dope show, man. I want everybody in the chat right now. Shout out where you from. Shout out where you from, man. GMS fam, hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling generous. I would most appreciate it. You can become a member of the GMS show by clicking the join button right below this video. And also, leave a comment on this video when the live is over. Help those algorithms. Let's go. Let's see where we at. We got Quick from Watts in the building. Tay Hedora from NYC in the building. We got my guy Anthony from the D-Town in the building. KP from DC. Diamond in the building from Chi-Town. Shout out to my Chicago family. Shout out to my Gary, Indiana family. My nigga Brim Dog in the building from Ohio. Vallejo is in the building. Shout out to Vale. Hey, speaking of Gary, Indiana, Nas Prima Donna from Gary, Indiana. Shout out to my Gary family. Glittery Bubbles in the... I forgot to read yours up top. West Palm Beach, Florida in the building. My bad, Glittery. Hey. I need to go back to Gary, man. I ain't been in a minute, man. I miss it out there. Go to Coney King, give me a motherfucking chili burger on my cheat days. You know, I've been working out lately, man. I've been consistent going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Eating better. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna see a whole different GMS this coming summer, you know what I'm saying, and beyond. I'm trying to stay here, you know, trying to be healthy for my daughter, trying to be here for my family, you feel me? So I encourage that, by the way. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's lagging or anybody is hesitant about going to the gym or trying to work out, trying to eat healthy, just go ahead and do it, man. If I can do it, you can too. All right? And that's my positive message I'm going to end on this episode. GMS Family Green Room, like I said, let me see y'all in the comment section. If y'all hear me, go to the comment section, man. Leave a comment when the live is over. GMS Family Green Room, much love. I'll see y'all later. Peace.